Recently, I shared a video about one of my favorite Impressionist color mixes, a color that is essential to your Impressionist paintings. Of course, that color was violet, and you can find a link to that video at the end of this one. But in this video, I'm going to show you another important color mix that might not come to mind straight away. Let's have a look and see what this color is. Right, the mystery color is orange. Now, orange is a color that may not come to mind for a painting, but you'll probably find you are using orange at some point in the painting. Some paintings require a lot more orange, of course. A sunset, for instance, is an obvious choice. But I'm going to show you a few color mixes and how to adjust color temperature and also the values. And then look at some mixes that range more to the neutrals, where orange plays an important part. And then finally, I'll show you some examples of master paintings that have used orange to enhance the Impressionist painting. A couple of post-Impressionists there as well, but we won't quibble about that. All right, let's see a few essential mixes to create beautiful orange. So these are the colors I'm using. Pretty much my standard palette as well. We're going to start off with the first one with warm orange. Using the red light and deep yellow, just mix them in more or less equal quantities, just getting yourself a nice strong and warm orange. A basic all applications kind of orange. You can see that down there, it's really beautiful color. So let's vary that temperature, add a bit more red to it, see what that does. Does that make it warmer or cooler? Cooler in my opinion. Add more yellow to it, and then you can warm it up and get a bit more of an intense orange. Touch of white, and you can see how it immediately cools it down. And where there's more red, it gets a more reddish, peachy look to it. These can be useful colors as well, suggesting perhaps a bit more atmospheric perspective in the distance. Let's resaturate these colors. So if you have too much white, you can bring them back to life. Add more red or add more yellow. Depends what you want to achieve. So you can see that's nice and warm once again. Now let's mix up a cooler orange with some alizarin and some yellow lemon. Now the alizarin is very powerful and it tends to consume that lemon yellow, but we'll persist. And what color do we get? It's hard to really describe it. It's more about a color temperature, isn't it? So comparing it to something else, and you're getting a cooler, perhaps a slightly more shadow color. It could be on the side of a tree. And let's make it a bit darker now. Add a bit more alizarin to it. And we're getting this rich, deep, cool red. Add white to it, make the value lighter, of course. You'll also be cooling it down, so you may want to add more yellow, like I'm doing here. And you get a lighter, cool orange. Right, now we can use blue to desaturate orange and to really knock it back very hard, because of course blue is the complement of orange. So you can see with this ultramarine we're getting this almost brownish look, or maybe flesh colors. Let's explore that a little further. Warming that up and we get these two flesh colors, maybe shadow and light. So let's look at a lighter flesh color. That could work as well. And let's try a shadow version adding a bit of ultramarine. And we'll be looking at a few paintings later on, and you can see some of these colors cropping up. So light and shadow. Now get the alizarin again. Lemon yellow. A bit more of that lemon yellow. Alizarin is, of course, so powerful. And we're getting these cool reddish colors, claret maybe, but definitely in the shadow range. Leaning more towards a red, of course, but still a cool sort of orange that you could use to contrast with orange in sunlight. And you can see the white has cooled it down and lightened it up. So perhaps we're looking into the distance now, and these colors are further in the distance, influenced by atmospheric perspective. Okay, let's mix up a standard orange once again. And we're going to look at creating a palette for, let's say, a summer scene using the complementary colors. Let's bring in some blue. Touch of white to this cerulean blue just to give it a little more sort of summertime punch. Now using this complementary blue next to the orange, we can make that orange really pop even further, giving it a lot more strength because of that contrast. Now mixing up, let's call it a shadow blue violet. And we could find that in our landscape as well, or any other kind of painting. It doesn't have to be a landscape, of course. And so let's try a sky blue, just some cerulean and titanium white. And we can put that up there, and you can see once again. So we have more blue and now less orange. We want to have an unequal balance here. And maybe a highlight of orange, something lighter. So that would be a nice summertime palette. But let's have a look at autumn. A series of neutrals. We can use blue to create neutrals with the orange by knocking it back substantially. And you can see we're getting this, what would you call it, a greenish sort of autumn color. A bit more yellow, and we got that sort of warm color. It's kind of a golden ochre, very attractive. And just by adding white or more red or blue, yellow, etc., whatever you want to do, you want to make it darker, you'll add dark colors. You want to make it cooler, you'll add cool colors. You want to warm it up, you'll add warmer colors. And there we got a really nice palette for the autumn. Now, get one of these color wheels. I've got a link in the description, but practicing your color mixing with one of these color wheels is extremely rewarding, and it can be quite fun as well. It's a great way to learn. And you can see the colors we've mixed there. Impression Sunrise by Claude Monet, the iconic painting that gives the Impressionist movement its name. The glowing orange sun contrasts with the cooler blues and grays, demonstrating how orange can add warmth and focus to the painting. The Red Vineyard by Vincent van Gogh. Van Gogh uses rich, warm orange to depict the vineyard in sunlight, balanced against the greens, blues, and cooler colors in the landscape. Also using orange and deep reddish orange for expressiveness. Woman with a Parasol by Claude Monet. The subtle oranges in the ground and background bring warmth and life to this breezy outdoor scene, and you can see some of those warms reflected in the sky as well. Take note of the cool orange in the face and arms. The Dance Glass by Edgar Degas. Degas uses soft oranges in the dancers' skin tones and costumes, creating a warm, natural harmony in the composition. The Night Cafe by Vincent van Gogh, an expressive work featuring bold oranges in the walls and light, evoking warmth but also tension, and this is demonstrated even further with the reds and oranges contrasting with the acid greens and turquoise. So by using orange, you can enhance your Impressionist paintings with a rich sense of light and atmosphere and a bit of drama as well. Well, I hope this video gave you a few ideas to use in your next painting. Perhaps give orange another go and use it to boost the other colors in your painting. And if you found this useful, give the video a like as well, share it, and be sure to subscribe to this channel because there are more videos coming all the time. And if you want to explore your painting further and maybe get a few lessons as well, consider the free painting course for you up here. There are a few others on my painting school as well, so why don't you just try this one and see what's in store. Well, until next time, enjoy your painting and cheers for now.